Story Nest presents My Deepest Regrets, Episode 6, The Dark Day. A listening movie of intriguing chapters, pains, laughter, surprises, and so many lessons. Stella Koomson was firmly against the marriage, but her husband saw nothing wrong with it. She decided to pray more about the situation, seeking divine guidance and peace. Despite her reservations, the traditional knocking ceremony took place, with drinks and gifts exchanged between the families, symbolizing the union. Chloe, however, was still plagued by relentless nightmares about Ruby, a dark premonition she couldn't shake. One fateful day, the unexpected happened. Mr. Koomson was diligently attending to his patients in the hospital when he received a call from an unknown number. The urgency in the caller's voice was palpable. His wife had been rushed to a nearby hospital. His heart racing, he dropped everything and sped to find out what had happened to Stella. Arriving at the 37 Military Hospital, Mr. Koomson pushed his way through the bustling corridors of the emergency ward. Anxiety clawed at him as he approached the room where he was told he could find the doctor. Standing at the doorway, Mr. Koomson's world shattered. Stella lay before him, her dress soaked in blood, her body limp and unconscious. A nurse explained that she had been brought in by two strangers who reported that she had been struck by a car near the mall. The words barely registered as Mr. Koomson's eyes filled with tears, a heavy sense of helplessness washing over him despite his medical expertise. Desperate, he called Ruby and Chloe, who rushed to the hospital the moment they received the devastating news. As hours slipped by, the doctors fought valiantly to save Stella. The tension in the waiting area was palpable, each tick of the clock an agonizing reminder of the fragility of life. Mr. Koomson, normally so composed, paced the room, his mind a whirlwind of memories and unspoken fears. Despite the medical team's best efforts, Stella's injuries were too severe. She succumbed to her wounds, leaving the Koomson family in shambles. The grief was overwhelming, a crushing weight that seemed impossible to bear. Chloe and Ruby, arriving just moments too late, were met with the heartbreaking news. Chloe's nightmares now seemed a haunting prelude to this tragic reality. The family embraced, their sobs echoing through the sterile halls of the hospital, each tear a testament to their profound loss. The sun set on that tragic day, casting long shadows over the Koomsons, now forced to navigate a future forever altered by the sudden and heartbreaking absence of Stella. The days ahead would be filled with mourning and reflection, as they grappled with the pain of losing a beloved wife and mother in such a senseless manner. Like and follow for the next episode. What's going to happen to Mr. Koomson and her daughters right now? Was Mrs. Koomson death an accident? Subscribe on YouTube, Story Nest, to follow this series.